That was told by Ruga. You've been listening to that on the Midday Show. This is a new voice. My name is Ladipoe, the big energy, and I'm with my co-host, Naughty Nicole.
Naughty who?
Naughty Nicole.
Okay.
That is the big 99.9 FM.
But you knew that.
But you knew
that already.
Exactly.
It is 2:17. This is still the Midday Show. You already know we are here with Ladipoe. My name is Nicole. And whose job are you coming for? Because I know it's not mine.
I heard that there was somebody here called Myra. I like him, but I mean, I feel like sometimes you just need something new and different.
I kind of feel like sometimes you might be right, but don't tell Mula. Don't tell Mula, even though he's watching. What is good, Ladipoe?
I'm good. I'm blessed. Great
How
to be
you
here.
feeling?
It's a whole different seat and perspective.
I know. How does it feel to be behind the console?
It just feels so right. I think this should have been my day job from the beginning.
I feel like you look so relaxed and like this is, you exude the energy we like back here.
I like that. That's big energy.
That is big energy. Yeah, you see what I did there, didn't you? So what's been going on? It's a brand new year. I feel like I haven't seen you this year. We haven't seen much of you. What's that about?
I've been locked in, as we say in the business. I've been locked in. I've been working on music, lots and lots of music. And I'm ready to start to release bit by bit to the audience. And big shout out to the Lifelines. They're probably the most patient fans in the industry. I'm not to say that they want to be, but yeah, I've been working on a lot of new music, so I can't wait to share it. And INoBeGod is the first.
INoBeGod. So I wanted to ask you some questions about INoBeGod in a very quick hot minute, because that song is interesting. I feel like that song is not for the girlies. And like every time I talk to you, I'm like, Ladipoe, I love that you make songs for girls. I don't think you're talking to us in that one. But this 2025, what energy are you on? Like what is the motto for you this year?
Keeping it real, honesty and authenticity is the energy for this year, 100%. And I think maybe that's the reason why I'm starting with INoBeGod, because sometimes it's hard to say. You just have to say, I'm at my limit. Yeah. But I love you.
Okay, so the new single, INoBeGod, this is your first single of 2025.
Yeah.
Why did you choose this one to be your first one? To be like, hey guys, it's been a minute, INoBeGod.
I'm not going to lie, man. I've always been the kind of person that really likes to mix it up. There's always a different soundscape each time. And I think this is another way of me trying to show that as much as I am a rap artist, I'm a songwriter. And I like the idea of pushing myself out of my comfort zone and ending up with a song and not just a hot rap verse. And this is, another way of me saying that, rap artists, there's so much more to us, and more than anything is an opportunity to tell Nigerians, probably the one people on the planet who know what it means to say that, I cannot come and kill myself. To give them another phrase that they can use, which is, look, INoBeGod.
That is true.
More than anything.
And I feel like that is a statement that both men and women can use.
Exactly.
It might not be in the same context all the time, but then again, it can shock you.
Yes.
Because girls be steady sorting bills left and right.
See, it's so interesting that Nicole should bring this up. But that's the whole point. The whole point is that anybody at any point in time is allowed to say that, look, man, INoBeGod, I love you and I want to support. I want to be there. But I've been doing a lot today and I can't make it INoBeGod. And I think more than anything, that's what the song is meant to say. I don't see it only from a male perspective. I think that in this song, it happens to be the male saying it. But I do think in general, people are allowed to say, you know what, I think I'm at my limit. Yeah. Respect that.
So like, okay, as a woman and from a woman's perspective, when I heard this song, the first thing I think is like, wow, men are really tired of getting billed. Like that's the energy I'm getting from this song. Like hold up a sign and like say it ain't so. That's what you were basically saying. So what do you think about the whole billing culture? Like, when you were in the world, you're not in the world anymore like that.
Like that, I'm exiting the world.
What do you think about the billing culture today when it comes to relationships?
To be honest with you, I wonder if people are really telling the truth with the stories that they see online. Because I feel like if you're with a reasonable person, it usually works itself out. If I invite you to dinner, I'm paying.
Okay.
Period. I don't understand why there's even a conversation about who's paying. So I feel like I don't really believe people's stories. I don't know if they're true, but I do think that, like, yeah, as a guy, there's this energy that you need to provide from youth. And I don't know if that's a positive thing. I think man needs to realize that he's beyond just that. There's more to you than being able to provide. But it's an important characteristic or criteria in a relationship.
Would you say in your life there's ever been a time where a woman has sent you money to sort out one of your bills?
Except for my mother. or maybe an auntie or something like that. I don't think
so. Nobody,
there was this one time, and big shout out to my big cousin. I was in college, and she sent me like a letter, and I opened it, and it had $60.
Ooh.
That's the one time I can probably remember. Besides, like my mom or something like that. No.
So no girl you dated
just sent me money. Well, you know what though? See, I mean, that's why I chose the person I'm with, because that's the only relationship where it was like, oh, here, take.
Oh,
right, just because.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. So she showed you that she was pouring into you as well.
100%, and that's what like drives you to say, I want to be able to provide for this person.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody wants to be taken advantage of.
So see, there was like, I wouldn't say there was a clear-cut sign that made you be like, oh, this is the one, or maybe there was. But you hear a lot of conversations these days where men are like, oh, you don't know which woman is for you. Everybody's just trying to take. So I'm trying to take from women as well, because the whole system is messed up. But I kind of feel like when a girl really likes you, she shows it
100%. And I feel like if you because you've met people before that were wrong. Yeah, that's how when it's right, that's how you really know. It's because it's been wrong so many times. And I feel like another thing is that people who are right for each other tend to build each other up.
Yeah,
there's something about being around that person that makes you feel better. Human beings don't forget moments when they feel better. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you want to kind of do the same for them, and that's when that reciprocity starts. Mm-hmm. The problem is when the balance has to tip in one way. The guy will not be like, look, INoBeGod, or she can be like, INoBeGod, bro.
Right. There's so many different sides of you. There's the I don't want to say the extra manly side that you do the hard rap to your boyskis.
I don't say anybody's
There's
side.
that one. There's the pull for the girls.
Lover boy side.
There's that one. Which side is this?
This is a mixture of like the lover boy side and the introspective side. That side I was thinking, it's not an easy thing to be in love with somebody or like somebody or care about somebody and have to tell them, see, INoBeGod. You have to, ginger yourself to say it. And I think that's the thing. When people hear the song, they always think, like I said, I was saying it was about billing. But it's not really about billing. It's about, I don't know if I can be in more places for you than I currently am in right now. I've reached my capacity, but I'm there. Like the places where I am 100% there. And I think that's what the person is trying to say.
Love that. So one thing we love you for, Paul, is your pen game. And we were talking off the mic that, we picked out some of the things. One of the things you said is making money off my insecurities like Issa Rae, just to give you some security. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I mean, like, first and foremost, you have to get the reference, which is it's a show called Insecure.
Yes, indeed. Right?
You know what I'm saying? And it's a really fantastic show. She's a fantastic writer. And I really like that line because it's like, how can I get your attention right now? Making money off my insecurities like Issa Rae, because Issa Rae obviously made money off a show called Insecure, just to give you security. And when I say making money off my insecurities, that's what music is. I put my vulnerability, I put my truth out there every time I release a song. People may not like it, and they will tell me. And I do that for us to have an opportunity to have a good life. Am I tripping? Is that not real, baby? When I tell you INoBeGod, it's from love.
I love that. I love that.
Cool, I have a question to ask.
Ask away.
That setup part.
Yeah.
Like, it's deep now.
Yeah.
First and foremost, she says, oh, I have HIV. Oh, by the way, I don't. So first and foremost, you will never forget her. Right? That's one. So two, when she sends that message back
unforgettable.
Because that's the thing. I feel like that's the true pass first, is to make themselves unforgettable. Come back. How are you going to load up that kind of billing on somebody? Whether it's a man or a woman, that's wild.
And like, it's the deceiving for me. I think that's the one part, because okay, let me tell you my personal stories.
Okay, yes, please. I need this.
So I've had men try and get money from me so many times in life. I'll take you back to when I was in university. There was this guy, he was Nigerian as well. Nigerian boys, love you guys. He was Nigerian, and I don't know, we were talking like, a bit more than friendly, and then he got, I don't want to say he got deported, because he left the school, him and his brother.
Dubious reasons.
Yeah, one day they're there, the next day they're not. He's back in Abuja now, and like, he's sending me messages, and he's like, oh, my older brother's daughter is not feeling well right now, and they're trying to like raise money to get her medication, this, that. And I was balling on Snapchat back then, in uni, free money. How can somebody be asking me about hospital bills, and there I am saying, Spain tomorrow. So I was like, I can
get you on a good trip.
Yeah, he did. So I sent him some money, because like, what's that much to like to a girl? I'm balling.
To a girl like me.
to like a few weeks later, he asks again. And this time I'm like hesitating a little bit, but he asked under a different way. And like, exchange rate pounds to naira. I was like, not that much money. I sent it. It was the third time he asked me, and how he asked me. He was like, oh, Nicole, yes, the regular. I was like, excuse me, who? What? Yeah. No, please, no. Why even coming to me for your family problems? You don't have other family?
But you see, the funny thing is, those things that you are thinking, you will say the first request. To be able to say INoBeGod, things would have happened before. And that's because INoBeGod is a realization that actually, I'm actually not God in your life, bro. Please.
Exactly. Yeah. Do that to somebody else.
You were sending guys money.
I wasn't sending guys money. See, I don't know. Why is that the one part of the story?
That's the part of the story we're going to take from it. Sending guys money.
I once felt sorry for his brother's sister's daughter. Wait, I've forgotten the line of.
That's the thing. The story is always long. You know that you're not God from the beginning, but you can't say it.
Yeah.
It takes many, many years before you can now just finally say it. It's not an easy thing to say to somebody you love. That's the point of the song, really.
Yeah.
I think that's the hard thing, is that if you do feel that way, it takes you a while to gather the energy to realize that I have to say this.
Exactly. So, this is a fantastic song. This is your first song of the year. Like you said, you've been working and cooking up some music.
I've been cooking.
So what is coming? Are we going to get a full project anytime soon?
Lifelines. I want to let you know right now on the Beat 99.9 FM that yes, for sure. I see the project dropping this year. If as I'm recording, it feels like I'm recording an album. It's been long overdue for the fan base, and just in general, I think in the rap space. And I'm looking forward to it, and I'm just happy. I'm really happy. I'm in a great time in my music, and I just want to share all of it, but I also want to raise this. I see us taking it all the way. Afrobeats has opened so many doors. It's now time for the other genres to come and show like what we're really about in this country. And I feel like I'm one of those guys.
You are one of those guys.
Amen to that.
Amen to that. That is fantastic. Ladipoe, it's always a great time when you are here. Yes. And you'll be back on Monday because this is your new job.
You know what it is? My new job. So I was like,
he was like, huh?
When? But actually, guys, I am definitely going to be back on the Beat 99.
Don't promise what you can't deliver. Please, you'll be good.
Yeah, you guys should just get used to my offer now.
Whoa, Maya, you're now just saving space till Ladipoe is back.
Ladipoe is ready.
That's crazy. Yes. I hope you can fight, because Maya he's gonna.
Can you fight?
I don't know. I hope so.
I just take kickboxing. I can hold it. Yeah.
So you do other things what kind of sports are you into?
Well, now, to be honest with you, there's no sport. I don't think music is such. That's the side of music nobody knows about. It's just such an all-consuming thing. But I'm trying to now introduce more things into it. For my bike riding is one, and I really want to take up swimming again. There's a lot of things I want to do.
I swim every day now. Since February, I swim every day. Really? And I'm about to start tennis next month.
Tennis is fantastic too. I like having friends and people in my life that do stuff like that, because we have to.
Yeah. Yes. And I want to learn how to. I want to get I don't want to get a quad bike, but I want to learn how to drive something other than a car. Does that make sense?
But what about a motorcycle?
I do like motorcycles. I like when men drive motorcycles.
Okay, well,
I want to be at the back, just holding on for dear life.
The things that a motorcycle rider likes to hear.
Do you ride motorcycles?
I do.
That's interesting.
And I own one.
That's very interesting.
It goes pretty fast.
I hear that. Anyway, we do have to wrap this up because we got more things coming up on the Midday Show. Ladipoe is always a great time when you stop by.
Likewise, guys.
Definitely come back again next time.
You guys are the Midday Show. This is my first time co-hosting, and it's been a fantastic time. I love it, and I can't wait to come back. But this is my brand new song. Dropped it today. INoBeGod. Tell somebody about it, because they know that they're not God too. Thank you very much. But you know that. Ladipoe.